Hello and welcome. This is Kevin, also known as AWOL. And this probably looks a lot like the bracelet we just made. Well, it is, and there's good reason for it. When I went to go and make this, I pulled out the thing I talked about, the string that was already kumied up and ready to go. And when I did, I discovered that there were more strings than I thought. So instead of being 3 shades of brown and 3 shades of green, making a 12-string bracelet, it was 4 shades of brown and 4 shades of green, making it a 16. That's why we have this big old template to work from. So now I need to make this a little bit smaller, scale that down a bit so we can kind of stuff it off to the side. And we are going to anchor that as a floating layer. Now I have to figure out, do I want to go with a lighter green? Where does this fly? Yeah, I guess a lighter green. And that's going to go right in the very middle. And then what was in the middle of the other one is going to come out 1 row. I kind of don't like doing fades when it's like this, 4 colors. It just seems like easier to make a mistake and not get the colors right. But yeah, I mean, it kind of is what it is. So now we'll actually add a lighter brown than what we already had, just for all intensive purposes. And you may notice I'm only working on the corner, or the corner of this, the top right. Because of the symmetry, I don't have to fill in the whole thing. I kind of did that with the last time I was working on this. A bit overkill. So that goes like that. And then, oh wait, it'll come off from here. Okay, so now, similar to last time, it'll be the light green that makes its way all the way over across and comes up and hugs the inside of this zigzag area. So the funny thing is I created a pattern to use up some string that was kind of laying around here for a while, only to turn around and have to cut up more string with similar colors, because somehow when I was looking at it, I just assumed, oh, that must be, you know, a regular old 12 string, like, you know, 6 colors. Of course it is. Why wouldn't it be? It wasn't. Again, I don't know what the original intention for when I cut that string and had it made ready when Mandy did the kumi for it. Obviously, I had some kind of idea in mind, and whatever, it got shelved along with a few other projects. There's still some more over there. Of course, now, being a little bit more frightened by what happened, I will take a closer inspection to make sure that I know how many strings there are, so that way we don't run into this problem again. I don't know where these green strings are gonna go. So I'm gonna just let them kind of hang out there at the end. When we get the other strings in place, it'll be a lot easier to to judge what's going to happen with them. You see, that's going to go up in there somewhere. Don't know where. Let's do this light color one. It's going to come in like that. This, once upon a time, would have been the size of bracelet that I would make, like, no matter what I was trying to do. It was always 16 string. Even had a lot of personal bracelets that were like this or double this. One was even 7 times this. Quite a big cuff. I wore that for a while. Actually, the only reason I took it off was I had this envision of somehow either attaching it to leather or doing something to make it so that way I could take it on and off at will. And it turned out to be harder than I thought. So that kind of didn't happen. The lightest green would go in and be the middle here. I think this comes all the way out to the edge. Let's see. I'm not sure how the start of this is gonna actually look. Right? So that's this. We've got 3 up there, right? 3. So the 4th one, this one, could also go out to the edge. Oh, see this? We missed one of the spaces. Okay, easily fixed. See, that would have gone all the way to the outside. Huh. So the darkest green here comes in like this. The lightest one should be the center of a diamond. The second one is what makes up that diamond. Oops, hit the outer line. And then third green. Let's just gotta change up the sequence of the start a little bit. I guess that goes this way. And the lightest one here comes in there. Or seriously, no apparent reason, just does. All right, let's hide our template. It's interesting the way this has turned out. I get these to line up on the guidelines there. It's interesting. All I did was copy and paste, by the way. It's like the smaller version seemed to have had a little bit more space. I guess that makes sense. It's wider. It's more knots taking up the spaces. Anchor and merge down. Now we can copy the top half. Control C, Control V. Go to our flip tool, and off that horizontal line there allows me to flip that. Again, all I gotta do, layer, anchor the layer, and merge it down. And there's our bracelet. I think this will turn out actually pretty cool. It's kind of interesting to start. I kind of don't mind that. That's actually probably a pretty easy start. So it'll get a little fiddly in that first segment area, and then go off into a big diamond, get a little fiddly again, and then off into the end of it. So it should actually come together kind of quickly. I have no idea. We'll find out when we do it. All right. Thanks for watching. Before I go, quick shout out to my YouTube members. These are the guys that help keep this channel going. If you want to help support the channel, it's really easy. It's the join button near the subscribe. It's like $4 a month to help support the channel, do things, keeps things going, like my video editor, my webpage, stuff like that. So yeah, I couldn't do it without you guys. So thank you guys very much for that. If you haven't already, hit the like button. And as always, don't get your strings in a bunch.